welcome to your Los Angeles Zoo Chimp Chat. So a quick little note, I've done this for the past 4 weeks, and 3 out of the 4 weeks it actually worked. So the quieter we are, the more likely that these guys are going to get their snacks and they're going to hang out on this side. So we got at least 3 mamas that have babies, and those mamas, if we're quiet and we keep our voices down, we might get a chance for them to hang out and let us see those babies. So this is the time of day that our chimp friends, they're going to get a little snack. So it looks like we're getting some oranges getting thrown down to them. So these guys are omnivores. Does anybody know what an omnivore is? Halfway through here. I need to halfway through. Close. So an omnivore eats plants and meat. So you're close. That was close. So these guys in the wild, they would definitely take the opportunity to go on a hunt if they saw maybe some amphibians, birds, or maybe even small monkeys. Here at the LA Zoo, we don't give these guys meat. They get their protein in the form of chip biscuits. They get kind of like those puppy biscuits you have in there. So they get those. The babies were actually born starting in August. So August 20th is the eldest of the babies. Then we have one that was born in September and one that was born at the end of October and November. So as you'll notice, our troop is headed over here. Every now and then you may see one of them put their hand down to let the zookeeper know, hey, I'll take another orange. And then you would just start ask your questions. So, okay, so we got these guys over here passing out some oranges to them. So the thing about fruits for these guys is fruits are actually kind of like a cupcake or a cookie to these guys. So great apes are actually susceptible to diabetes. So we have to be monitoring and mindful of how much sugar that we give these guys. No, those are actually eggplants or aubergines for our British friends.
Really?
Good catch though. That I did have to look first for a second. It is my understanding. So in the wild, obviously, these guys are going to take any opportunity to get a fruit. But alrighty, friends, remember what I said earlier. If we try to hang out and be a little quieter, we may get them to hang out a little longer. I don't think so. I think we're all being too ramped. I will say, as a little service announcement, because I did give this whole spiel about, no, they won't have bananas. And then I went up to the penthouse, and there were 6 cardboard boxes that had Chiquita banana on the side. So we clarified with the keepers. We have a central kitchen that they prepare all the food together at. And so those boxes that hold the bananas are just really sturdy boxes. So that's why they get those. If you see bananas at the zoo, it's the birds that get the bananas. Yeah. It's okay, I'm really irritated with this side here because they do get hurt, but they heal like 3 to 4 times faster than the birds do. The keepers are always aware of that, but is that thing that's like, it looks like something to us, but it's, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, guys, so these guys actually heal about 3 to 4 times faster than we do. So if you guys do see that they may get a scratch or 2, they're fine. Our keepers are very aware of it, but they heal really fast. So most of the time, it's not anything that we're worried about. Alright, friends, if you're just joining me, if we can keep our voices down, we'll have a much better experience. The quieter and calmer we are, the more likely that these guys are going to hang out over here when they get their snacks. We don't want to be too loud and make them go back over because then we don't get to see as many of their cool behaviors. So it looks like we've got some little baby eggplants today. Or of course if you're British, aubergines.
Careful with the camera.
So this guy right here, he's showing you he can use opposable thumbs to carry his food. He also decided to put some in his mouth. You may notice as some of them walk through, they not only have opposable thumbs like we do, but they actually have opposable big toes, so they can carry things with their feet. I've definitely seen our eldest female, Regina. She's about 42 years old. She has excellent comedic timing. I've seen her walk through with a sweet potato in each hand, one in each foot, and then when she got right here in the center, she turned and looked at all of us, and she had one strategically placed in her mouth in the shape of a smiley face. So this is actually the first time I'm seeing them getting eggplants, and it looks like they all were very excited to get some, to the point that some of them got multiple. I don't know if this is a special treat, or if I'm not usually here on a Wednesday, and Wednesday is eggplant day. So these guys are a group called a troop. And in the troop, we have a leader, and the leader is known as the alpha. In chimpanzees, it's always going to be a male. I've definitely been to some zoos where the males are a little more domineering and a little more like, there's a pecking order, I go first, and then we go down the line, and if someone tries to cut through, there can be some disagreements. However, here at the LA Zoo, our alpha's name is Glenn, and Glenn has been alpha for about 10, almost 11 years, and he has chosen to rule through soft power. So Glenn is friends with basically everyone, so everybody basically has his back. He is not the eldest, and he's not the biggest, that's about here, and he yelled at others to let them know it was snack time. So he was doing his pant move to them, which we played her at the beginning of this. It was a little rambunctious, so I don't know if we all heard it too much. But it's just like it sounds. It's a pant, kind of like a dog does at the beginning, and then it leads into a poop like an owl. So he was doing that, trying to get the attention of the others and saying like, hey guys, like we always have snack, where are you at? It got to the point where he picked up a sweet potato and tried to throw it up to him. And then when it hit the cliff and bounced back, that's when he, again, not to anthropomorphize him, but it was like, I tried, and he moved on. But it was still really cool behavior to see that he was taking the time to make sure everybody knew it was snack time and that everybody was getting food. I would say for the most part, I've not really ever seen too much of a disagreement when it comes to the food. Every now and then we may have one that's a little bit higher ranking that might look over at another and be like, actually, that eggplant looks better. But for the most part, there's not even really a disagreement at that point, because the lower ones typically here are like, okay, fine, I thought it was the same, but okay. Does anyone have any questions about the chimpanzees? Sure. So the bananas actually have too much sugar in them, and these guys could be susceptible to diabetes like we are. So fruits to these guys are kind of like cupcakes and cookies. But that's a really good question. Alright, so chimpanzees. Hey friends, can I actually keep the walkway open through here? Hey friends, I need to keep the walkway open. Sometimes I hate when I do it. Because I totally is that kid that's like, you know, a zoo. So these guys in the wild are going to live for 30 or 40 years. Mostly 30s. So part of why they're going to live longer in captivity is part of what we're seeing here. So they know they're going to always get food, and they don't have to worry about that. And they also get really great health care. I'm always routinely looking at Glenn and saying, Glenn, please adopt me. So in the wild, they're going to live probably 30 or 40 years in captivity. They can live up to 50, 60 years old. So yes and no. I've not yet seen them get them, but I'm sure like if there was some extra moms that were, like special occasion, they would probably tell some of them. Definitely. Yeah. For the most part, these guys are going to eat a lot of vegetables. So you can see they definitely have some red bell peppers out there. They got some tomatoes. I think I saw some. Typically they'll also get some maybe like sweet potatoes. Corn on the cob is really popular with these guys. They like to eat the corn just like we do. They strip it, they eat the corn kernels, and there's only like 2 or 3 of them that are, I'm going to call them weirdos, because they eat the corn and then they get, okay. You know, everybody eats differently and has their own tastes. What age do they have babies? There's a little bit of a range, and it does actually depend on individuals. So it's going to be closer to 10 to, sorry, processing. We can also talk about like the gorillas and tigers. It's like they're processing 5 things at once, you know? So typically a teenager kind of age. They'll start mirroring about 10 to 11. So it's kind of, there's a lot of factors that go into it. I just have to so there's a lot of different factors that can go into it. So here we have an alpha that's very caring for the others, and so there's not really been a conflict situation to question his rule. Again,
look over there. The book is going to
they start testing defenses to be like, I'm an adult. And the other adults are like, no, you're a 7th grader. Sorry.
only one birthday.
See, there's that little white booty tuft.
Oh, wait, I think I know.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Born. It's the eldest, and then Yoshi had a baby. First time mom. So first week, she's cradling the baby on the chest like you would think. You're going down the stairs, upstairs, really slow like this. Then the next baby was born, and it was like she was giving the other mom permission to know that it was okay to not be so precious. Because it was like, I swear, like within that week, she went from where she was doing that to where it was like, okay, baby, hang on. The baby was like, yeah. It's like she kept going over to the first time mom and kind of reassuring her, kind of like, see, this is my third. When Vindy first had the baby, she was so exhausted because one thing that the babies will do is they don't necessarily know to latch on. So they're very squirmy, and so we have to monitor them to know, like, is the mom making sure? And oh my gosh, she was a trooper. She took to it instantly, but she was so exhausted, you could just tell. But then one of the days that I was here, Yoshi just came out of nowhere. We had them upstairs together, but she just came out of nowhere and just sat with her, and the babies were even touching, and she just like groomed her face and gave her kisses, and just that whole thing, like, see, this is my third baby. Get the hang of it.
I have a question.
Sure.
What's the name of this other baby?
So this is going to be, that is Vindy and her baby. Yeah. How do I say that? It's been a minute since I've got to be out here to do them, so it's like one of those.
He's like, oh, he's like, this is who I recognize. This is the closest to human. Oh, what? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That one's
one of those things where there's so much stuff going on.
Look at the baby monkeys over there.
Glenn was born prematurely and was unable to hold on tightly to his mother. For a whole year, his mom, Nan, held Glenn constantly, never once laying him down or placing him on the floor. It is truly wonderful that someone who was once so frail would go on to become the leader of his family. Glenn is truly remarkable. Shaun has a truly gentle nature. He is the spitting image of his father, Judeo. I can easily imagine that Judeo, too, possessed a big heart and enveloped his family in love.
Grass.